All right, more news with the brave and the bold, Batman news in general. James Gunn talking. So that means we're going to be talking about some stuff. Number one movie of the weekend was One Battle After Another. John and I both seen the film. We'll talk about said film, but we'll also talk about the news that not only have we been talking about on this channel, but people are even asking the stars about the box office side of it. And it was number one, but for $170 million movie, was it the kind of opening that normally garner talks of a success? We'll talk about that. I got a chance yesterday to go to the After the Hunt press conference. So I'll talk a little bit more about the cast talking about it, how that was all set up, and I'll play a clip and show some pics. A few other things going on. Master of the Universe. There's a trailer description. Star Wars Starfighter. There's some early details. There's a rumor of who the new cast is from Miami Vice. So man, oh man, what a show with the reunion of myself and John, Steven Roca. That's right, everybody. It's the Kristian Harloff Show. Let's do it. Ready? Yeah, me too. Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. Good to have you here. Probably a good weekend for you, unless you're a Mets fan. But other than that, I think you're probably having a good day. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Joining me on the show, John, Steven, Roca.
Hello.
What's going on with the blurry footage?
Is it really still?
God, I don't know why.
I got everything going here. I got the Ethernet cord connected and everything.
I don't know. It'll kick back in.
Soto, by the way, Soto is Spanish for not making the playoffs. That's what Soto is. Yeah, suck it, Juan Soto.
I saw a great AI video with him just going. What was? I'll actually play the audio. I sent it to all my Met friends, and they were like, "Too soon, but it was just right, in my opinion." I'll play. This is the audio that I saw.
Enjoy that money.
Obviously, this is very tough for me, but I have decided to forego my $700 million and retire from baseball because I can't be spending the rest of my career playing for this shit team. Being a Diddy party and get oiled up, then spend a decade playing for this franchise. Full Diddy, by the way.
Diddy. Dude, it looked like he was doing. It's scary how accurate the game. My friend's like, too soon. I was like, never too soon. You spend that kind of money, it's not too soon.
You tried to fly close to the sun. You saw what happened.
You can't. And the New York Giants looked good yesterday.
Jackson Dart revitalizing that team.
Some big injuries on the game, but whatever. But nonetheless, it was a good weekend. I had Saturday was my little one's birthday.
Oh, congratulations. Happy birthday.
She had a birthday. It was fun. We did some bowling stuff. Managing 20 kids because we had moved. So there was kids from her old school into this new school, and then managing these, because you're responsible for these people's children. So my wife and I are like, you take that side, I take that side. And we're watching everybody, making sure that, these kids are running around, they're playing games. And I'm like, holy shit. I was like, next time let's just get her some more presents. No parties. But anyway,
just have AI kids.
You're going to. And then yesterday I got a chance to cover the After the Hunt press conference.
Yeah.
Which was great. I tried to get an interview. Didn't necessarily get the interview, but I got a question out there to both Julia Roberts and AO. And I'll tell you, man, I'm a little bit bummed with myself.
Okay.
I had a good opening bit that I didn't do. Because I literally sat in the front row.
I saw the pictures.
They're great, and I'll show some of the photos in a second with a little bit of a clip. But I liked my question, but I was gonna open up with, because the big controversy that had happened with that ridiculous reporter who asked AO about when she said this question is for Julia and Andrew, and only Julia and Andrew, about Black Lives Matter and everything. How is AO not the first person you ask about this particular question? She rightfully so answered it. First. And it was this big viral moment everybody was talking about. I was really going to start it and go, my question is for AO and only AO. I was going to do that. And I think
all about delivery. You might have nailed it, but
I would have nailed it. And I know that I would have nailed it, but I left it alone. And I just got the question. The first thing I did actually was thank Luca and Nora for writing the movie. I said it was an important conversation. I'm glad that they did it, and I thanked them. And I said the question was actually for Ao and Julia, and the question was basically and essentially how this topic was: these generations are at ends with each other, whether it's millennials, Generation X, Gen Z. In prepping for the role, were there any topics that both her and Ao were going over that they fundamentally disagreed on in order to and get into it? And it was a pretty detailed answer on both of them. They both, and Ao seemed to really like the questions. So Julie went first and Ao went. That footage I didn't get because I was, because I didn't want to do this as I'm asking the question. You know what I mean? So like I waited, and hopefully that there's some stuff that comes out of it. I'm waiting. But this is some of the photos. I mean, like you say, you saw some of the photos. I mean, this is how close I was. I mean, it was that close.
I'm surprised it's not shakier out of focus from the nose.
I had somebody next to me take it. I pretended that I took
smart.
No. So there's Julian and Luca.
Yeah.
The screenwriter Nora, she was solid as well. And then that's the full cast. Michael Stolberg was there.
Stolberg is great.
Yeah, he's really good. And then the video itself. This was a question that was asked, and Julie was talking about working with Luca. And this is what she said.
Jump right into it and do it with Luca and this wonderful cast.
Well, I hate sitting next to Luca only when I have to talk about Luca. Otherwise, I really enjoy it. But it's so fun getting to be in the orbit of someone who's so interested in people and curious and in love with why we do the things we do or don't. And so talking to him about Alma, who was so foreign and complicated and challenging to me, he made me feel so excited at the possibilities of this kind of portrayal, but deeply encouraged and supported, and just was believing in me before I even knew what we were doing. I mean, it was the kind of thing where it was like a freight train. This was the fastest anything has ever happened, and it was almost like if he would start to see the panic or the doubt in my eyes, and I'd say, you know, Luca, no, come on, and we just kind of keep going. And then as the cast was developing and evolving, and it just was turning into the dream scenario, and it maintained itself through to the last day of filming. It was tremendous.
How about that? Still, I don't know. Hold on a second.
His reaction to her.
Yeah, that's right. She was great, by the way.
Of course.
That was great. What happened with the is Luke still in here? No, he's gone. I gotta get our lower third back. I don't know what happened to it. Where is John?
Good answer.
It was great, and there was quite a few. I mean, it was a long conference. It was a beautiful room. I forget the name of the hotel, but so I got there fairly early. I was talking to one of the security guys. Great dude, what a story. I wanted to get his card. Really liked this story. You talked to, he's like 18 years old, recruited out of high school, and like a non-official military guy that was working for the military on a non-official at 18 years old, and he was basically working like government jobs, and then was picked up by a producer who liked the way he was like clocking people in the back of the lines and watching. So he's been working. He's our age, and he's working these things for that long. And I think he was on Stolberg. But anyway, I was talking to that guy for a bit. Was there, and then I went downstairs and just sat down, and like it was just a really relaxing atmosphere. And there's not that many critics. I don't know, 25 maybe.
Oh wow,
maybe 30. I don't know. It was smaller little area, but they were all seeing. I mean, it was. They made a joke about it. They just said how they were impressed with all the like intelligent questions that were asked because, and it was great. Luca's answers were awesome, and what I liked it because at first everybody's bombarding Julia Roberts with
right.
But then it started to shift to Ao, and it started to shift to like I think I felt bad, but I think Stolberg and Nora got the short end of the stick. Obviously, in my head, I'm going, well, you know, at this point, you're probably used to it, right?
Oh, sure. And whatever. This is all part of the game.
It's
So you
part-
just
it's
kind of
part of
sit there. And if you're doing with Julia Roberts, you're not going to go, Mr. Stuhlbarg, tell me about Boardwalk Empire. Like, they're
Right.
not going to, like,
Right. And but he's such a pro when he did take his moments, he nailed them. Like, there was one point he started singing in the middle. I got the tail end of it, which is great. He started singing the song and everybody's like, they're waving back. It was you can tell that the crew, you can tell they really enjoyed working with each other. And they were both, Lucas talking about how he wants to do a movie with the entire cast, again, a different movie.
Oh, wow.
He wants to do a whole thing with them. There was a thing I posted on my Instagram about a guy asked a question about Andrew Garfield calling Julia a national treasure, and she responded to that, and it was like you could tell that the care they all had for each other. And did you see the movie yet?
Not yet. No, there's no screenings down here yet. When is it coming out?
Limited. It's on the 10th
Okay.
of October, and then wide release on the 17th.
Yeah, so maybe I've got a screening coming up. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, press screening. It'll be yeah. I haven't seen it yet. So
I'm so curious to see what you think about it, because I'm shocked with it. I mean, I honestly think it's because people don't like to have opposite views in the way that, like, it's not like it's ballsy. It goes after certain things and it goes like, okay, it doesn't give you really clear. You have to decide on what you believe.
Right.
It's not like, well, we're supposed to feel this way, so you should feel that way. It's like,
Doubt. That movie Doubt, where you're like, at the end, did he or didn't he? Did that happen? Did it not happen? What do you feel?
Right.
About
But it's more about, like, you have this whole, like, you're really representing three different kind of generational points of view
and how they see it.
and how you see it, and the conversation. I thought I'm really, it stands at a 47 on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that's crazy. I think it's crazy. Like, yeah, because I went to go see it and I'm going, okay, maybe it's just gonna be the performance that's good. I was riveted by the whole thing.
Yeah, it might. This is the thing that I'm kind of in a weird place about lately. Is like these, like what we're seeing, the over the top praise, which we'll get to. I know for one after another. Like I said this on Hot Mic the other day. I was like, it feels like some critics are wrapping in their politics into their reviews.
Yes, I agree.
And they're becoming like, anything that agrees with me is the greatest thing ever since the dawn of film, and then anything that challenges my points of view on this, I think it's confusing, it's muddled, it's not really that great. And
I agree with you more.
Yeah, it's weird. Like,
I'm telling you, dude, like, I saw reviews, someone said, like, bad messaging. I'm like, what do you think of the movie? You don't agree with the messaging of the movie because it's probably as an opposing view to you.
Right.
What did you think of the movie? And I didn't see that. It's bad messaging. It's like,
it's becoming frustrating. It really is.
You're really frustrating. I loved their answers. I loved the cast, and I really, really enjoyed the movie. So, anyway, I mean, like I said, I'm putting out the footage like this, and I'll put other clips maybe throughout the week. I don't know, but either way, that movie comes out pretty soon, and that's it. So make sure you go check it out. And thank you to Amazon for inviting me. I was happy that they did.
Yeah, congratulations, man. I'm glad you're getting more inroads there in NYC.
Yeah, it was a breeze to get there. A breeze. Like, I didn't really want to work on Sunday because I wanted to be with the family. But my wife's like, you got to do this one. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, and I went and I took the train in, quick subway ride right to the hotel.
Yeah.
Maybe a 2-minute walk from the thing. Did the interview, walked out of the press conference. Julia shoulder blocked me, by the way. It was on the way, like, for real, like not an aggressive one. She was walking past, and I was like, totally cool with that. And then I jumped on the subway, headed out to back, and the whole thing was like 4 hours and 10 minutes from when I left, did the conference, went back, easy. Yeah. So good. Anyway, what do you guys think about the movie in general? You're going to see it? You're going to check it out? Had you heard about it besides just on my show? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. All right, we got some other things, and you talked about there's certain movies. We'll go into box office and in just a bit. We are, and this is why I'm glad. I'm sorry that I haven't been on the Monday show. I've been going to like screenings and stuff. So I've been missing shooting the shit with you, and I think that right now is definitely the time we're going to do more of that, because I know you also have access to like the Critics' Choice.
Yeah.
Dude, I made a vow to myself that I'm going to watch like everything this year.
Yeah.
And so the Ballad of what was it called? The Ballad of
Wallace Island. Yeah.
Great movie.
Yep. 100%. 97%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes. Is just completely flew under the radar.
Wow.
It's a wonderful film.
What a sweet movie.
Yeah.
I was like, when I watched it, I started watching, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be some goofy thing. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, okay, this guy's gonna annoy me quick. I fell in love with that dude. He was great.
Yeah.
He was great. And it was like, what a sweet movie. I'd never really heard of it before. It came out earlier this year.
Yeah.
Gary Mulligan, who produced it, has and I loved her arc. I love where it goes. I thought it was gonna be predictable where it goes. It isn't. Really sweet story and like a nice movie to watch.
She promoted it. She pushed it. She was, you know, it's one of these smaller British films that, you know, sometimes don't always break here in the States. And so she worked really hard to get it across the line. And it was reviewed really well. It just didn't get that kind of push from the audience and repeated at the box office. So, but yes, people are discovering it. It's a nice little gem of a movie for sure.
It really is. I'm so glad. I mean, like, so there was that. The other one I'm going to watch is Dog Man. I missed that in the theater.
Oh, right. Yeah, the animated one.
I don't know. The one thing I say, I don't know if I'm going to catch up on all of them because there's so many of the documentaries. There's
just dropping like crazy now.
Dude, there's so many of them. I tried to watch. I watched the Eminem one, the Stan one.
Yes,
I watched that one about the Little League World Series, which was great.
Yeah.
I watched the thing about the skateboarders in early in New York City, 90s. That was really good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I watched like 2 other docs. I watched one doc was just about rocks. It was just rocks and the architect. It was like the architect something. And the guys, you see the architect maybe 15 minutes of the entire 2-hour movie. The rest of it is just rocks falling. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna watch the majority of the scripted stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'll try to get as much to the documentaries as I can, but I'll probably watch the ones that are nominated when it comes down to it. But
yeah, I'm trying to finish the year myself with like 30 more reviews.
Yeah.
It's like I'm with you. You know, no matter whether there's a view count or not, I just want to log those onto my channel.
I think I'm going to do this. I think what I'm going to do is like immediate reactions to the movies, like, you know, like an immediate review, like, so like for Ballad, I'll probably do that after and then I'll do, you know, like if it gets 1,000, 2,000 views, I don't care. I just want so that way people can see the stuff that's coming out. How many people when I'm talking right now have actually heard of that movie? And what is it? A Ballad of what?
Ballad of Wallace Island. I think it's on Peacock. I think it's
okay.
People can stream it. Yeah.
Has anybody heard of that movie? Because I hadn't heard about it until I saw it. What is this? And I said, you know, I'm gonna watch it. Ballad of Wallace Island. It was great. I guess the guy who wrote the original music, he's like the star of it. So I'm curious if anybody had heard about that. The other thing I watched was something you've seen the whole series, I think. Task.
Oh yeah.
You watched the whole series?
Yeah, we ripped through it in 2 days, all 7 episodes.
It was only 7. Okay, that makes more sense now because I think we just hit episode 3. Are we on 4? Maybe we might be on 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, they're really getting to the nitty gritty of this investigation. And then you saying 7, I was like, well, that makes sense. It's kind of like a 7-hour movie, but Task is great. And that dude, I mean, not Mark Ruffalo, obviously, but the guy from
House of the Dragon.
No,
Tom Pelphrey.
Yeah, Pelphrey from he was in Ozark, and that dude, I feel about him kind of the same way I feel about Skeletor in like this.
Oh, I thought that, it's so funny you say that. I thought the same thing when I was watching the show, that like this guy should be up for some of these darker characters in the Marvel DC universe.
I guess he was in Marvel. He was in not Luke Cage, but he was in one of those things.
Was he in Iron Fist? I think it was in Iron
Maybe he's Iron Fist. Yeah. He was in nothing I saw, but I'm glad I never saw him in that because the first thing I ever discovered him from was Ozark. I think he's that dude is a natural, like I don't want to call him an actor because to me, an actor is like when you try like you see someone they're acting. I don't see that guy acting. I see that guy living. Like when he's in the roles, you see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
Like he's listening. That dude is talented. He is very, very good.
He's made his bones. He's from Jersey. He's from Howell, New Jersey. And he went and studied in London at the Globe Theatre to establish himself as an actor, and then got on to soaps, won multiple Emmys on soaps, theater, and then slowly but surely has been kind of moving his way up the chain. And I agree with you. I hope this series finally gets him in front of people's faces to show what he can really do, because he's kind of moved into leading man status now.
I think so. I think the fact that look, he stood out in Ozark, but this is like you're really asking him to, okay, we'll get Mark Ruffalo and then you. That's really who it's kind of, and I love Ruffalo in this series, but it's not one of those things. Sometimes you watch series like, okay, cool, that story's fine, but let's get back to the Ruffalo story. I'm like, I'm almost feeling like I want to see more of his story.
Yeah.
Because he's just so damn good. And he makes, and they've said it, the creators said it too, that there's no clear cut good and bad in this.
Yes.
It's human,
Yeah, that's what makes it so interesting. And even what's her face from Coda, she's fantastic as well with that mullet of hers. If you recognized her, she's the lead girl.
That's
from Coda.
right.
Yeah.
She's excellent.
Yeah, she's excellent in the show.
That's
all
right.
the character actors they got to be in the show are
right.
effing phenomenal, man. Like,
really good. The dad from Wednesday.
Yeah.
Terrifying in it. It's a really good show.
The Dragon, the Fabian Frankel.
And I didn't even realize that until the other day. And I watch that show all the time. And the other one I've been watching, did you watch what's it, Black Rabbit? Is that what it's called?
I haven't started that yet. Jeff said he liked it, but the reviews haven't been 100% great, so I'm on the fence on it. Do you like it?
Don't love Jude Law's accent.
The American accent.
It's not the American accent. The American accent's fine. He's trying to do New York, and it sounds like he's trying to do a 1920s movie New York. It's not. It's terrible. The New York accent is terrible. He's good in the show.
Okay.
But the accent is terrible.
All right.
But I like the show, and Jason Bateman is phenomenal in it. I've only seen an episode and a half, so I gotta finish it to see if maybe I'm on with everyone else saying it's just okay. I don't know what the reviews have been.
It's been like, I think it's 70 to 80%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
My favorite Bateman is messed up Bateman. That's my favorite Bateman. I know
Challenged Bateman.
Say that again.
Challenged and damaged Bateman.
Yes. Which is why I want to watch Ozark, because so many people say it's great.
You've never seen it.
Never seen it, so I gotta watch it, man.
He's definitely more messed up in a different way in this show.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
he's more like he's Jason Bateman. He's like in Ozark, he's like a guy that gets into trouble, but he's a smart kind of put together guy. He's got a good job, but he just got into trouble and got pushed into this where he's way more in control. Way more in control. This character is off. He's a complete fuck up.
Right.
So anyway, someone said this is exactly what it is. This is exactly what it is. Don't tell me Jude is talking like, see, I'm public enemy number one. See, it kind of feels like that at times. At times I was like, that's the accent. It's like what they think a New York accent is, right? Like I told you this day, every time I bring this up, I always have to give credit. The best New York accent from someone not from New York that I ever saw was Jonah Hill in Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah.
The absolute best. Absolute best. Anyway, so that's kind of that's some of the stuff that I've been watching and checking out over the weekend. I'll be watching more. I want to catch up with Peacemaker. I'm still only like episode 2 or 3. I'm so
really?
far behind. Yeah, just I'm more locked into watching this other stuff. I'm going to see that one Nuremberg tonight.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, I'm going to the city to go check it out.
I was ready to scoff at that one, but it's been getting really great reviews because the trailers make it look like it's a Lionsgate straight to.
I haven't seen the trail
thing. Yeah, the trail, but the reviews have been incredible. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to it because Judgment at Nuremberg is one of my favorite classic movies ever.
All right,
and the story is interesting. So
I know nothing about it, so I'm going to go in. I love going into movies like that. I'll just go in and flying blind. It's kind of like what I love to do now with movies when I have the opportunity to do that. Right. So I'll be checking that out. I'm seeing Roofman next week.
Oof. Okay.
Is it bad?
I don't know. It doesn't spark my interest, but I know a lot of people seem to be interested in it. We'll see.
Tron is coming up as well, and I haven't seen a single trailer for the Tron movies, but Ming and I right now are watching. We just released the reaction to the first Tron from 1982. After watching, I never saw that movie, the first one. Never saw the first one. I saw the second one. Never saw the first movie. When I was watching it, I was like, I've never seen this movie. And I don't think anyone's going to watch. I said to Ming, no one's going to watch this reaction. I said, it's such a dated movie.
It is. And it was always a niche movie. Like it wasn't, it was a big movie for the nerds, but it didn't do well at the box office. And yes, it's got a strong following, but then Tron Legacy came out and did okay. It didn't do great. So yeah,
and,
like Blade
and Kaczynski did that too.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, I'm curious to. I haven't seen that movie since Ellis and I saw it in the theater back in 2010. It was one of our
Legacy.
Yeah, it was one of our first movies that we saw. I think it came out like December 2010.
Yeah.
It was one of the first kind of screenings, press screenings that we started to go to. It was one of those. Anyway, so that's what we got as far as things I'm watching right now. We have a lot to talk about. We got so much to talk about. It's great movie news day. We'll go over the box office. We'll talk about that Batman story in just a little bit. But before we do, look, I was just saying, look at these shirts, man. I love these shirts. These true classic shirts. Sorry, John, you were saying
those are nice. Those look like good
nice.
on you, man.
I love these shirts. True classic. And I told people, look, I got a birthday list in my for Amazon. I got it. I'm getting rid of it once my birthday's on when the hell is Wednesday. And
happy birthday.
Thank you. So I have my birthday list, it's Amazon list. But I was looking. True classic is. I told my whole family that's all you got to get me. True classic. So I'm going to tell you about True Classic. I'm going to tell you about Nutrafol, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. Here you go. Here's both. All right, I have to tell you guys straight honest truth here. True Classic, it's one of my favorite brands maybe ever. Birthday is coming up. It's actually going to be this week when you're seeing this. And truth told, friends and family, just get me True Classic. I love it. I love the shirts. I love the pants. I love everything about it. And they just started with a simple mission. It was to bring premium, comfortable clothing to the masses because looking great should come with a designer price. So clearly people agree. People are voting with their dollars. True Classic has sold over 25 million shirts to more than 5 million customers and racking up over 200,000 five-star reviews. Mine is one of them. This brand isn't just about fabric or fit. It's about helping guys show up every day with confidence and purpose. I can tell you right now that whether I'm wearing this black t-shirt to the gym, if I'm wearing one of their shirts to a screening, I'm going to an event on Monday I have to go, I'm wearing True Classic. I really do feel the difference and people have noticed it right away when I walk in a room. They say some stuff. It's just, it's amazing. It's tailored for when you want it. It's relaxed when you need it. No bunching, no stiff fabric, no BS. Clean, effortless fit that actually works for real life. So forget about the overpriced designer brands. Skip the cheap throwaway stuff. True Classic is built for comfort, built to last, and built to give back. You can find them on Amazon, Target, Costco, Sam's Club, or head to trueclassic.com/Christian to try them out for yourself. Help me out by getting them, and you're guaranteed to help yourself out. True Classic, the absolute best. I love talking to you guys about Nutrafol. They are the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand and is trusted by over 1.5 million people. You feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified. It's the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. I'm telling you, Nutrafol is no joke. You see the results. Roxy was talking about it not too long ago. She's been using it. She sees the results. You see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. When you go to Nutrafol.com, you got to enter the promo code Christian. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com. That is spelled Nutrafol.com. Use the promo code Christian. Nutrafol.com, promo code Christian. Thank you to Nutrafol and thank you to True Classic. It's funny, John, even when I was looking at the ad that we cut for True Classic, I'm like, I need a new hat. They got really good hats. I'm gonna get one of those caps.
Oh, nice.
You're really good stuff. I loved. I mean, it is. It's like I wore this. I have like a gray one that I wear. I got white ones. I love their stuff.
Respect.
Really, I was really excited when it came back on. Please. All right, let's do some box office stuff, dude, because this is interesting to say, I think the least of everything kind of going on. We'll have our conversation about what's going on with the box office. Here's the box office right now. One Battle After Another is #1 at 22 million, which I think is a very good opening for that movie.
Yeah.
When you compare it to how much it costs, people would disagree with me. Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, 13.7. Now that's one I don't know the budget on that one. but I'd like to see The Conjuring: Last Rites. I forgot that was even a movie, but I saw it, and it's number 3. I know it crushed when it was out. I know it did. I mean, it's made $435 million. It's a massive hit. It's a massive hit, but I just completely forgot about it. Strangers Chapter 2. They weren't even screening this movie.
Of course not.
I know. I gave up on it. I gave up. I said I'm not going to chase that. And then Demon Slayer coming in at 5, and so far that movie has made $605 million, 118 here in the States. So let's just start, John, with One Battle After Another, right?
Yeah.
So you get this for $22 million. Now, financially, not a hit. Financially.
Right. Yes.
This movie was not intended for box office. If any executive that was involved in this project, that greenlit and understood that this movie was going to cost $170 million to make, and they realistically thought that hey, we're going to make this back. We can absolutely make this back with, it's almost a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
We've got other movies that are coming like Tron and other things too. And people don't normally see movies like this, but this is different.
Yeah.
This is going to make $500-600 million. If anybody thought that they should be fired, what they thought was, okay, look, we're going to take the hit on this. We're going to put it on. We'll whether they lease it out to Apple or whoever else they lease it out to, this is a big Oscar push. Everyone's going to be talking about this movie. This is where we get notoriety. We've already had a lot of hits out there too, so we're okay with all the hits and all the money we've made. And now we're going to have an Oscar contender. That's what this movie is for. They even asked Leonardo DiCaprio, like, how important is box office these days? He gave the best answer he could, but it was like, I actually liked his answer. He said, there's so much content out there now too. He's like, yeah, sure, box office is important, but he could have said, and he shouldn't have, but he could have said, it's not that important to us right now. It's not what we're going for. Because it's not what they're going for.
No, in this thing, yes, as I said over the weekend, like studios are focused on making money and making however they can make money, right? But they do like to win awards. They do like to have some prestige, right? Because that attracts filmmakers that come in and make money for them, as we saw with Oppenheimer, right? Nolan going over from Universal, making almost $1 billion with that movie.
That's the post world, right?
Yeah, you attract people artists who want to work with you. So that's the thing. And here in this situation I think it's the same thing. And this is all part of the Abdi and DeLuca plan, right? They've been killing it with all these films over the last few months. Back when they were on the hot seat, everyone was like, why are you throwing all this money at these people? And you're like, you get it. But then they're all doing well at the box office. Then One Battle After Another comes out and you're like, oh, this only made this much, even though it's the most money any Paul Thomas and Anderson movie has ever made in its opening weekend. And so that's a positive in that way. And it's going to attract attention. And this movie has the potential to have legs. That's the thing that's amazing about this film, is that it can keep going all the way through Oscar season, into the fall, into next year. And people will come and discover the film over and over and over again as it gets nominated for more awards throughout. And the glowing praise for it that's the whole point. That's the payment for them. It's not box office necessarily.
It's exactly right. And the other thing, so I saw someone write, well, you could have made 4 Oscar movies for that budget. Yeah, but no one would know what they are. That's the difference, though. No one knows. No, he's not wrong. You could, but they
all could make 4 crap, pretentious films that nobody went to see.
Even if you made
4 Oscar-winning films,
even if you made 4 great ones, for all that money, right? What you would run into in the mainstream audience is, I don't know what that is. The mainstream audience knows what this movie is. People are going, what is Leonardo? I think they're not necessarily everybody going to see it, but they know it's been marketed. It is crossed over into the mainstream. And people are like, oh, okay, Leonardo DiCaprio is doing a new movie. The press has been really good for it and those things too. And like I said, when you have got the kind of year that Warner Brothers has had this year, the amount of money that Sinners, Minecraft, I mean, the list goes on and on. All the movies that the money that they've made, you can go, okay, we can take the hit on this one because because the win, as John said, it's the notoriety and everybody's talking about this as one of the best of the year, if not the best year. It's in my top. It's in my top 10. I don't know where it lands, but it's in there. It could land in the top 5. I don't know yet. I haven't made the list. But it's in
top 3 for sure so far.
It's in there. It's and I want to see it again.
I'm going today after our show. See it in IMAX.
It's great. It's great. And it's like, what I did say is, you don't like Paul Thomas Anderson, you're not going to like this movie. But if you like him, it's something different that he's never done yet. It felt like a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, right?
It felt like we've seen There Will Be Blood. We've seen his more stylistic approaches, but when he tries to do a little more grungy, like Inherent Vice or Licorice Pizza, I have not been a fan of those films. I just don't think
I like these times better. Yeah, I agree.
I just don't think these films for him necessarily show his artistry.
Yeah,
this film is a way he found to both marry that section of his career with his more operatic section of his career and combine them into one movie. And this is what you got. And it's the best of both worlds of Paul Thomas Anderson style movies. And he really nailed it in this one. And he does. And it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, did I check my watch a couple of times? Sure, but it was more a matter of like, okay, am I going to get out on time to get some food? It was not about like, oh, this feels long or this feels exhausting. No. And you've gotten great performances from DiCaprio. I mean, Sean Penn came out yesterday or 2 days ago in an interview and said, I've been sleepwalking the last 15 years through my movies. This is the movie that made me stand up and pay attention to the actor. You can tell. Yes, 100%.
He's getting nominated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he might even win. He's probably odds-on favorite now.
We got to see. I mean, we got to see who else is coming out. But I think he'll be nominated. Leo will be nominated because Sean Penn is getting nominated.
I hope Leo gets nominated because, like,
he'll get nominated.
The reports haven't been talking about him, and he delivers just as powerful of a performance in his own way as Sean Penn does.
This is getting enough buzz. He'll get nominated. PTA will get nominated.
Oh, yeah.
The movie will get nominated. I hope Chase Infinity gets nominated.
I hope so too.
Best supporting. She was really, really good. I'd love to see Benicio get nominated, but because of Sean Penn, he probably won't.
No.
But he was so good.
DUI scene alone, bro. The DUI scene.
All of it. It's like and you know what a really good movie is when I haven't seen the movie in probably a month ago is when I saw it, right?
Yeah.
I remember so much of it. A lot of these movies you just forget because it's like you see the next thing and I remember so much of it, of where it goes and the whole thing, like the bobbing and the weaving. There's so many memorable moments. It had like a No Country for Old Men type feel.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Right?
Yeah. You could absolutely describe it as a Coens-esque type of movie. 100%.
I really dug that aspect of it. So I'm glad that it's doing well. And like I said, it's the #1 movie. That is another win, even though 22 million. I saw someone in our circle who I usually, and it's not Bibiani, who I always fundamentally disagree with on every one of his tweets. I've met him many, many times, and he's a very nice person, but I always disagree with his tweets. And one of his things was about how I know that they're getting notoriety, but this is bad. If at 22 million, I say, you out of all people should know that what you just wrote is nonsense. Nonsense. And again, if any executive thought that they were going to make, $500 to $600 million in this movie, you should be looking for a new job.
Yeah, studios invest just like they invested with Scorsese with Killers of the Flower Moon.
Great point.
Yeah, they knew Killers of the Flower Moon was not going to be a massive success, but they wanted to be in business with Scorsese, and they gave him a certain amount of money to make that movie.
It was all over awards, and Apple got the notoriety.
Yes,
for an award nominated film that everybody was talking about, and they have FU money. Apple,
and don't discount F1 being as successful as it is. You've got to establish yourself with the movie-going audience that you are a studio that the movie-going audience can rely on to put out movies of scope and size. And so they did Napoleon, not that good. They did Killers of the Flower Moon. A lot of people liked it. People like me didn't. Now, and then they came out with F1. So they had to build this trust with the audience. And then F1 comes out and people love it. And they went to the tune of $600 million. So you can't discount the connective tissues of all of that for a studio.
I only showcase this because there's nothing more in the world that I hate more than LOL in passive aggressive ways. And I love you, Calvin. But Calvin writes, Benicio is funny in this role, but it's not an Oscar type of role. LOL. I'll rewrite it for him. Benicio is funny in this role, but to me, it's not an Oscar type of role. Because there's no way. LOL means you're laughing on the floor and you're rolling around, you're smacking yourself in the balls, and I don't think you're doing that. So, and first of all, then you've never seen like Anne Hathaway in Les Mis. She's in one scene. Scene, and she won the Oscar. So there are many people who have been in it for barely at all and have been nominated. Now you can disagree and you can say, I don't think it was that kind of performance, but The condescending LOL, I hate it. And it's not just Calvin. It's people. The condescending LOL is something that I think you should be banned from internet for like a week.
I don't disagree with you.
I hate it because you're not really doing that.
It's a condescending thing. It's a thing to say. My opinion is better than yours, so I'm going to LOL at you for
stupid thing to say.
No one watches my stuff, but LOL. You know, it's like,
but you can but you do that too. Nobody watches my stuff. That has nothing.
I throw that into the mix because it's all connected. I don't live in
the guy can have a valid opinion.
Of course, he can have an opinion, sure,
but he can have a valid one.
Scoffing at someone else's opinion, I think, is not a way to have. It's a way to not have a valid opinion. So, that's my opinion.
So, see, and another moron. It's like, no, you can again have a conversation, and that people. This is what people abuse, and I talked about the Tangle. People abuse the word hate. People abuse crashing out. People abuse, like, it's like, you gotta be, if you don't use it accurately, you come off like a dickhead in space.
Well, that's right. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, to me, I look at it psychologically, and I know you don't agree with me the way I look at it, but I think people do this stuff because they need to condescend, to jump down the throat of other people who are more successful than them. And that's how I look at it. It's not a judgment of them and who they are as over. But when you do stuff like that, it's because you feel the need to feel superior in that moment to someone else who is more successful than you, and so you have to denigrate them so you can feel better about yourself. But it's like a drug. It's only for like a few seconds, and then you're back to your shitty life. And so that's why
I don't know if I agree with that, but
I mean, that's how I see it. Because
that's fair. But I mean, I don't know the guy. The guy could be massively successful, and just like, it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you make $7 million in a day or $7 a day. It's like when you talk to somebody, it's like, you can say, my opinion is this.
Right.
So that's all. That's all. But the core of the conversation is, I can see, maybe because he's not in it enough, you think that maybe that it's going to be harder for him to get nominated, which I don't disagree with. I think that Sean Penn will get the nod over him. Now the other stuff that's in there, Gabby, Gabby's. That was a movie that I would have taken my little one to see, but it was the screening was like Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was made for like $62 million, $32 million.
32. Okay, so it could have. Look, it's another one. Like I said, and I say it every single time. If you can make a movie for the kids and get them in that theater. And Gabby's Dollhouse, I would have taken my little one to the screening had it not been on a school night in the city. It just would have been tough to do.
Right.
So there you go. As far as
Kristen Wiig was in it, Gloria Estefan and Jason Mantzoukas. Now that's a cast.
That's a cast. Yeah. The other ones, you got Conjuring, which is still, even though I forgot that it was even a movie, it still has done very, very well. Strangers Chapter 2, that's a bomb, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
Okay. Because how much did it cost?
Probably, I don't know, 30, maybe 25.
Okay. Well, I don't think.
If you're making a sequel, you're naturally going to sink more money into it, right?
Sometimes, unless you just hope to kind of capture the same. I have no.
I mean, a direct sequel. I don't mean like the third.
I thought there was.
It was made for 8.5.
Oh,
about that.
All right, so they have a chance to make that money back.
Yeah,
they have a chance. And then
Rennie Harlan directed it. Yikes!
Oh wow! Yikes! Wow. And then the last one is Demon Slayer. Now it's so funny. I was writing to Luke today too. Our Demon Slayer videos have been a disappointment.
Oh no.
I'm putting them on as weekend content, but they're, nobody's watching them. So we're gonna finish season 1. I'll probably be the end of it. But it was it's weekend content right now. I really enjoy the show, to be honest. It's a really good show. So I understand why the audience that is watching is very hardcore, very very nice. The audience so far. But I can see why it made as much as
well, you don't do anime contents, and so the anime audience is, and I'm gonna say this, the anime audience is very territorial and very very much like, you've got to earn our trust to watch your stuff. So I think if you stick with it, it would pay off dividends in like months. But right now people don't know you to cover anime content, and I know Winston knows anime, but like Winston doesn't have that big of a following, so it's like you're not going to get that many people to watch this kind of stuff. And so you've got to just
First one did okay. The first one did like 20,000.
Yeah, but you commit to it to
Yeah.
get the numbers you want to get for it. You've got to commit to it and take the hits for a little while. But it's
I
up to
mean, I
you.
think I might. I don't know yet because I
It's a
really
lot of
want to finish
commitment.
the
It's a lot of
show.
episodes.
But I'm just not going to do. It's actually, what's funny is it's not past season 1. It's not a lot of episodes.
Oh, I
Past
thought
season 1, it's only like 12, 13 episode seasons. The first season's like 26 episodes. So I might continue on because I do, like I said, I like having weekend content. So having Saturday and Sunday videos could potentially could be good for a while. So I don't know because Chris Carr is going to start. We're going to start doing a lot of the India based films.
Oh,
And
nice. Okay.
she's never seen Triple R or
Right.
and so we're gonna watch that. We have some other ideas. So she's doing that. Tina's gonna finish the John Wick series. Ming's doing a lot of new releases. We're doing Tron. We're gonna do what's it? Shoot, what's the one that's coming out with Ethan? It was a Black Phone. Is that the name of it?
Oh, Black Phone 2. Yeah.
We're gonna do the first one. So everybody is, and Steph's doing all the Arnold movies. So we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff right now that we're working on in general. So we'll see. That's it. Okay. So I think as far as box office goes, that's pretty much everything, right?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Let's get into this big story because we both have a lot of opinions on this. Okay.
Oh, yes.
So that's James Gunn. He's talking Brave and the Bold, the release date, Superman's politics, and Peacemaker season 2 Easter egg. I know that I haven't seen it. I'm getting spoiled. My answer is whatever.
Okay.
I don't care about getting spoiled anymore. I'm not as invested in all of the DC and Marvel stuff like I used to be. I
would have watched it by now if you were. I can tell.
I like watching it. I like watching it when I see it, but I'm more locked into these Oscar movies and everything else too right now. It's like I think I'm getting inundated with this stuff as much as everybody else. I'm just not as locked in. I would never miss Peacemaker before, but now I'm like, I'll get to it eventually. DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn has once again fielded fan questions on social media.
No, what?
Starting with some of the chatter surrounding the DCU's Batman movie, The Brave and the Bold. The filmmaker recently cast doubt on us getting the Batman and Robin story we were promised would be part of the Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters slate at the start of 2023. For starters, Gunn has said that they're not looking to release The Brave and the Bold as late as 2030 or 2031, suggesting it might arrive as soon as 2028, 2029. The Man of Tomorrow Helmer also elaborated on his recent remarks about Damian Wayne's parentage, confirming he was referring to how and when Bruce becomes an actual parent. So this is a tweet that says, people are saying Batman the Brave and the Bold could release around 2033. Are you looking to release date as late as that? He says, no. Lee Pace Batman, English is not my first language. I was confused at first too, since the people of parentage and paternity as interchangeable, but this is what you meant, right? Damian's parentage. I just meant in regards to how and when Bruce becomes an actual parent. James Gunn, is there a possibility that actors from Matt Reeves' Batman epic crime saga can play some characters in your DCU, like Pattinson or Colin Farrell, or to just not confuse fans, they will be part of Elseworlds? He said, yes, I can play other characters in the DCU for sure. Talking to the reporter, Gunn seemed to cast doubt on It Ends With Us star Brendan Scannar being his top choice for Batman after he revealed he's been watching 1923. I'm definitely not scouting for the Cape Crusader. I'm always scouting when I'm watching TV shows. I'm always watching characters. In fact, I really like the young woman in 1923. She's just so fantastic that I suggested her for something recently. Which young woman in 1923?
Good question.
I did. I recommend. Oh, I know who. The one who plays his wife. She was great.
Okay.
Because I suggested Isabella from 1883.
Right.
Supergirl. I thought she would have been great. I'm watching it because I like Taylor Sheridan stuff, especially that one. That's my favorite of all his shows. So I'm watching it mostly for fun, and I'm definitely not watching it because I need to find a Batman. I believe 50% of that. I believe the second part of it. I'm definitely not watching it because I need to find a Batman.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe
that's a healthy way to look at everything.
Of course. He's probably curious. Like but like I'm mostly watching it for fun. I mean, you're enjoying it, sure, but of course your head's going, okay, could that person fit? Could that person? I mean, come on. Moving on from Batman, he shared an exciting Peacemaker season 2 update and confirmed that Lex Luthor wasn't referring to Creature Commando's Dr. Phosphorus while discussing the BFing in the next cell. Can you confirm that card isn't Dr. Phosphorus? It definitely isn't. James Gunn, do you have any plans for Peacemaker, Vigilante, and your team at the end of Peacemaker season 2? He says, huge. Okay. Inevitably, much has been said about Peacemaker's politics. Following reveal that the show's alternate reality is the Nazi run Earth X, fans continue to debate similar parallels to the real world of Superman and what they believe was reference to the Israel-Palestine conflict with Barovia. He confirming he wrote it before the conflict. It was pointed out to Gunn that the war had been going on for a while.
Centuries.
Prompting him to explain, of course, it had been conflict for a long time, but people don't think the events in the movie mirror the conflict pre-October 27, 2023. They think it mirrors events post that date. Superhero stories have always mirrored real life, and it's hard to say what's such a problem for many fans. Then again, some would understand we'd rather not see politics in these movies and TV shows as they want to escape the real world. Okay, let's say some more stuff. Okay. All right. I mean, look,
yeah.
You and I go back and forth, and sometimes like I still think he talks too much on social media. I don't think he needs to. I just don't think
we agree on.
Yeah, I just don't think he needs to. But I don't mind the comments here on this one. Like, I think these are all pretty honest and fair comments. Even the stuff like, okay, yeah, you're watching it for fun, which I believe. It's a good show. You like watching the show, but you're still scouting. There's no way that you see everybody and their mother sending you Brendan Skeletor, and you're not going to go, well, I'm not watching it for, I'm not paying attention. Of course you are. You're saying you're watching and going, could he fit? You very well could think no.
Yeah.
But you're still watching. It might not be the only reason. And I do believe you're probably watching because you like the show and it's probably your number one. But everything he says, the as far as the politics side of it, I believe him. That he wrote that whenever he wrote it, and so why wouldn't he say, "Yeah, I wanted to make a message there too"? He didn't. So I believe a lot of the stuff there that he was talking about, as far as the parentage. Okay, great. We get a little bit more there. I believe that they're going to try to hit that date earlier than later. Which I think you need to if you're going to establish Wonder Woman. You're going to establish all these characters. You kind of have to. And I think Jeff said it on your show, so
maybe
tell me if I'm wrong.
Sure,
but he doesn't think that the Brave and the Bold is going to happen at all. Is that accurate?
Yeah, he's adamant that there won't be two Batman. I've only ever been adamant that Muschietti is not directing this thing, but he's adamant that there won't even be a Brave and the Bold that have the two Batman, and that seems to be growing, that sentiment. The more he harps on the Brave and the Bold, and the more people are looking forward to the Batman Part 2, the more people are like, it doesn't make sense to have two Batman. Not because you can't have two, you have Jokers, or fine, but like you're gonna have two competing Batman, and that's where the problem lies. You're essentially setting up that one will be compared to the other, and if Reeves's Batman is more well received than Brave and the Bold, then it becomes a problem. But if both of them are received well, then you don't have a problem, and that's the chance you want to. I guess they want to take here. But Jeff is just adamant that it's not going to happen. But I'm not as adamant.
I'm with you. I'm going to disagree with Jeff. I would have said a year ago that I probably agreed with him.
Yeah,
but and I would have bet on the Batman not being the one to happen. But that movie's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, the confusing thing is, I agree with everything that you just said. Is that especially if Gunn's saying that we're going to get his Batman in like 2028, 2029. Now we're getting the Batman Part 2 in 2027, right?
Yeah.
So that gives you enough time to separate. The question is going to be, then when do we get the Batman Part 3? 2031, when Robert Pattinson is 107 years old or whatever, and I kid, of course, he'll be like 45 years old, but whatever it is, which is fine.
I think it's all up in the air, man. I think they have plans. I don't doubt that they have plans, but everything's going to depend on how the audience reacts to these subsequent films. Like, because you've got Clayface coming, you got Supergirl coming. If Supergirl crashes and burns or doesn't do as well, then there's an issue. If Clayface comes out and barely makes its money back, that's an issue. Listen, James Gunn is not directing everything, so he could executive produce all the livelong day. But it's like his directing stuff, like Peacemaker, and Superman, done really well. The exciting for Man of Tomorrow, even Creature Commandos, which he had a strong hand in, although he didn't direct the episodes. Like you see that energy there. But this is now handing some of it off to other people, and I think that's where we're going to see what's going to happen. And who is he going to get to do Brave and the Bold? Because it ain't going to be fucking.
It ain't going to be Machete.
Who's he going to get to do Wonder Woman? So there's these questions that have to be established, and then also you can't ignore the fact that Zaslav is trying to sell off Warner Brothers, and you've heard that Paramount's interested. You've heard that Netflix is interested.
Right.
Will they want to continue to be in the James Gunn universe or business if his films come out or those films come out and they don't do well?
What happens also, Supergirl is significantly better reviewed than
Superman.
Right.
Right. And Craig Gillespie, arguably better director for artistic films. James Gunn is more of a mainstream, better director than Gillespie. So it'll be curious to see the reactions to that movie.
My
point.
For me, it's like I've been pretty vocal on the fact that I didn't like the way that she was represented in the movie. However, everybody that tells me about that comic book is one of the best comics, and that how much I would love the story itself. And from the synopsis and the things that I've heard about it, it does sound like up my alley, and that's way more interesting to me than see. I didn't think that. I thought there was a lot of James Gunn jokes in Superman, but I didn't overpower it in the way that I thought it was going to. There were sometimes I thought it was going to overpower the movie, and I agree that there's a lot of humor in it. People are like, oh, it's still in there, and sometimes it takes me out of it. Okay, but to me, it didn't. The only time it really took me out of it, even though again, and he did this in Guardians 2 1,000 times, is when he goes for a funny joke in a time you don't need it, like the garage door in Superman, when it's like it's a funny bit, but like, do we need that right now when we're on the way to go save Clark? And you're gonna have a funny bit like, this would be so funny. They're waiting for the garage to go up, and it's like that kind of stuff. It's like you take away just a little bit, and so I don't think you're gonna get that in Supergirl, like that kind of stuff.
I hope not, because I think that's not Gillespie's type of humor.
Right.
And James has been very clear that like the movies will have different tones. They'll have different energies to them. And so I think there will be jokes in Supergirl.
Sure.
Because that's how you cast Millie Alcock and Jason Momoa, who can both do comedy or comedic moments. But I think it'll have a much more serious tone, as the comic does. So I don't think you're going to see the stuff that you see in Superman. And listen, look at Peacemaker. I mean, that's an R-rated show. Yeah. And he has Lex talking about two villains having anal sex with each other in prison. That would have never been in Superman.
No, but he knew his. I mean, that show established itself in the same way that The Boys did. Like you can run into that moment, and I think it's fun for people too to see they're talking that way. So,
but I think it's a small micro example of the fact that he will alter tones to fit the shows or movies with the characters that are already seen in other things, which I think is smart. Honestly. Yeah.
Who do you think? When do you think that Muschietti is going to be announced? That the creative differences, or not creative differences, scheduling is what's going to happen.
I think Muschietti's already, the fact that he's already taking other jobs tells you exactly that it's already in motion, and they're going to they're going to let Muschietti announce it, just like they did with Cavill, just like it's going to be Andy saying, "Listen, things have changed in the story. Things have changed in the direction they're going with. It's no longer what I had initially agreed to, and that's okay because that's there. It's James's universe, and he's going to pull and he's going to step away. Probably as soon as they find the director they want to go with, then Andy will step away.
I'd like to see a big name kind of come in. Be great. All right. Well, what do you guys think about all of these announcements? What do you think about all the potential going on? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right. We again, like I said, there's a lot of news. We could get to the questions, but I want to get to this news, and we got more. And so there's some potential early story details on Starfighter, which is really, I would say,
Who told you this?
Was this you guys? Okay, I haven't read the story yet. I'd like to hear a little bit more about it, but a very basic idea of the story and currently in production, Star Wars Starfighter, has reportedly emerged online. The title has been pitched as an all-new standalone adventure set in an entirely original story set in a period of time never before explored in Star Wars. The film folds around 5 years after the events of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, taking us further into the future of the franchise has gone before and well after the defeat of Palpatine in the First Order. Ryan Gosling, Flynn Gray, Matt Smith, Mia Goth, Aaron Pierre, Simon Bird, Jamel Westman, Daniel Inks, and Amy Adams star in the film, which mostly seems to be about Gosling's character protecting Gray's young character. Now the hot mic, some hack named John Roca is reporting
that son of a bitch.
The film story boils down to this. The main kid is force sensitive. Okay. His mom is Amy Adams. She seems to be a Jedi. Gosling is not a Jedi, but he's helping his nephew escape two evil bad guys who are chasing him across the stars. He has a mission he's on, given him by Adams. Oh, I bet you I know what the mission is then. This ties in with theories that Gosling's character is looking to deliver to the kid. Yeah, right. That's what I would have guessed. To the newly created Jedi Academy being run by Rey, and thus potentially led into the Rey-centric new Jedi Order feature. Deadpool and Wolverine and Free Guy director Sean Levy helms the movie and produces with Kennedy. Starfighter will be released on May 28th. Let me tell you then, and we'll get a little bit more about it. Let's see how confident you are in these details. If these are the details, I'm as excited as I was 10 minutes ago, which is I am more excited about this movie than I have been for a bit for any Star Wars movie, because this to me is a story where you don't have to rely on the Empire. You don't have to rely on the First Order. You just got to rely on these two evil humps, whether it's Matt Smith, right? Because Matt Smith is in it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Matt Smith could be one of, right. These two, them alone, if they're the two bad guys going after the kid. And, you know, there's a reason why. And they found it. And Amy Adams, the mom, saying, look, I need you to protect my kid, and you got to get the kid to Rey. Then you don't need to rely on Rey. When you finally get there, okay, now we're gonna this is always one of the things, like, make me care about what's going on in the world, make me care. Okay, I care now. Spin off. Now I care. So if you can establish and make me care in this one, I like this. How confident are you with these details?
I've been hearing about this for weeks. So it was only that I finally got the go ahead before the Hot Mic show last week to talk about it openly, you know, because I get stuff now because of the Hot Mic.
Sure.
I have people who reach out to me, but I always kind of, you know, you have to vet stuff, you have to test stuff. But then I heard from other people. And so I was like, okay, these details are lining up, and these are people I trust. And so I was like, okay, this makes sense. And so that's when I said it on the show. And of course I cleared it with Jeff, because Jeff gets real antsy if I break stuff when he's not privy to it. So I always tell him I can go solo, so it's not your face on the camera when I'm saying it. But he was in on this one, and it passed his smell test. I do think Amy Adams is a Jedi, probably one of the hidden Jedi of the Last Jedi. And I think she dies. I think I think she hands the kid off to Gosling, who may be his dad or not be his dad. I don't know. I think the twist would be amazing that he doesn't know it's his kid, and his kid knows he's his dad, but doesn't tell him until later on in the film, which would be a nice twist. And that the people hunting them down, and then there's people in charge of them. So I don't know if it's Matt Smith and someone else hunting, and Mia's like in charge. I don't know what the answer is there on that, but I do think it's leading to them handing the kid off to Rey. I know Josh over at Den of Nerds did a whole thing. He's losing his mind over the weekend about it, and he was claiming that Sean Levy's being forced to do this kind of movie. This is nonsense. Sean Levy has been working on a quote unquote Rey Star Wars movie for a couple of years now. And so to me, I think this was the intention from the beginning, and there were rumors about an older Rey and all of that. So it's possible, but like the idea that Sean is somehow being forced to do this kind of movie is nonsense. And if that's what Josh was actually saying, because Sean has been working on a Rey movie for a while. And so this is a way of kind of connecting all of that.
I'm into. I haven't given a crap. Like, I still haven't watched the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. Still haven't watched that trailer. Okay, I'll watch the movie when it comes out. That movie is it's a TV. It's a TV. It's a TV show, but I also say this: it is absolutely 100% the right move to try to do the Moana strategy with that. But that movie is clearly to recoup losses on stuff, to try to get their money back, to get people in the theater. It's not the end all be all. If Starfighter does not hit for the audience, then you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You got to stop. If it doesn't hit, right? Because you're going to get the people who are going to go, nobody wants to see a Rey movie. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. I think that she was not the. I liked Rey.
Me too.
I liked her, and I like Daisy Ridley. I think the movies that she was in was garbage. I think that she was put into a shit trilogy, and I think that the way that she was handled in general, in certain ways, that the characters. I agreed with John Boyega's comments of everything that he said. Actually, at that con, I still think if you can right the ship, but I don't disagree with people that it's like if this one doesn't work, then you're in trouble.
Oh, I agree.
However, if you can make a good movie with this cast and this director who has been pretty good, especially in pulling out emotional moments, I bring out Real Steel. Right.
Yeah.
You could start something new, but you scrap everything if this movie fails. You scrap everything. You say, look, it's not working. Let's not push it. It's not working. No one cares.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fascinating to see how the movie comes out and how it's received, because we know that there might be people who don't go see this out of a protest, you know, and are there enough people? Is there enough bad will with Star Wars that people won't go see a Rey movie, even if it's directed by Christopher Nolan, like, or a movie that's going to lead us to Rey, even if it's directed by Christopher Nolan, because like people have a thing. But I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine made $1.5 billion. So you're investing in a director that knows how to give you stuff that you want to see, and in a mainstream way. So I agree with you. I think the issue with the sequel trilogy was the directors. Although JJ is a great director for the first one,
just the producers and
yeah,
everything.
producers, all
Entire team.
How about this? The overall end result of the product was
the coaching staff, and the players. Horrible.
Right. And so but I think Daisy Ridley's amazing as Rey. I'm glad she's going to come back, get a shot at it. But if you don't set her up right, as you said, Kristian, 100% right, they're going to have to reassess the whole situation.
You have to. It would be, again, bad management on. And if you're Iger and you go, okay, let's take a look at and see how this does.
Yeah.
And if nobody goes and sees it, and if they don't respond to the story of Rey and everything too at the end of it, and those moments don't play, you got to go, hey, listen, you know that thing we're going to do at Kinberg, we're going to focus on that. Clearly, that's not working. We have to reassess.
Right.
Or, wow, you guys did it. You turned it around. You made people actually give a crap now. I mean, there's a level of people. There's, like I said, I've said this a million times over. You're gonna have two sides. You're gonna have three sides. But you're gonna have the two obvious of the trailer's gonna come out and there's a spaceship and people are gonna go, oh my god, this is amazing. There's a spaceship. Oh my god, there's a star. Oh my god, this is the best. You're gonna have that. That's part of it. Then you're gonna have, well, Rey's in it. This movie's gonna stink. Disney is Disney, right? And the two easiest. What I'd love to see, I would love to see shock me on that side of like, well, look, there's potential there, but maybe from what we've seen in the past, they could eat it. But they're gonna do the predictable this, that, shill stuff, all that. Then you're gonna have the we love everything, nothing can be wrong. You guys, you're racist and hate women if you don't like this movie. That's predictable bullshit.
Yeah.
The middle of this, and then the same with the politics, that's who I care about. If you're here and you're going, I haven't given a shit about Star Wars, I don't care anything about it. It's like, that one looked interesting. That one, all right, let me see. Any good? Right. And if it's good, you come out, you go, didn't mind it. Like, those are the people I'm going to be listening to.
Yeah.
What'd you think? Were you excited about this? When I saw the trailer and I wanted to see it, what'd you think about it? That was pretty good. How about you? I'm not interested. I'm done with Star Wars. Okay. That's who I'm listening to. I love everything and I hate everything. They can go eat shit. Right. Both of them.
Yeah, like we were saying on everything going on now in our world, all the extremists are off base and wrong, and majority of them are grifting for their own reasons. It's the people in the middle we need to be focusing on. The people who understand both sides and take from both sides and have a much more well-rounded opinion and perspective on the situation. Same thing here with Star Wars. You don't listen to the extreme lovers and extreme haters. Screw them. They're both in it for their money. Here in the middle is where you look at it and you honestly assess it and take the good and the bad and look at it and offer constructive criticism for improvement, right? And that's what you want to see. And so I agree with you 100%. So, but I think it's a fascinating strategy to use because I mean, Kathleen said that this is like, a one-off, this isn't connected to anything else. But if in the end it does lead to Rey, then
I trust her as much as I trust politicians. She literally said, she literally said like a day before something, we're not doing trilogies anymore. We're just doing one-off movies. And then the next day she announced the Simon Kinberg trilogy. Like, are you even listening to yourself speak? What do you stop? Well, why are you making any announcements?
And this is where Roxy and I will disagree, like we did last week on Monday. It's like Roxy said, this is all part of the game. And I get that. Roxy believes that. And I think a lot of people do. And I totally respect that. I myself,
game, contradicting yourself in everything you do.
Right. Like, with James, because we were talking about James Gunn last week. I think if Roxy said this, like, to me, I don't see these things that he says as offensive as you do, John, because they're, to me, that's just part of the game. And he has no obligation to tell us the truth. But I'm like, well, if you're going to open your mouth, then tell us the truth, because you can obviously not open your mouth and let us live in the mystery and the wonder of it all, right? But I think some people like to open their mouths and become the center of attention. And I know ironically, I know I say that, but like legitimately, people in way more power with way more money and way bigger platform like to bring attention to themselves. I think James can't resist being online, and Kathleen can't resist, like, kind of saying whatever's convenient for the moment, hoping we all have selective amnesia about some things you just said a day ago. And it's a fascinating way to work the system. I just don't understand it for me personally.
Said it many times. So it's like you announce something, and then they announced Ray as coming back like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
what are you doing? It's like like the amount of directors they lost, like all this. I mean, granted, maybe they're changing that now, but
right.
But it's just been. This is what I mean. Like, you can start to win now, but your win is that people are, first of all, two things are wrong.
Yeah,
and I've said this many times over. If you are anywhere near making videos saying that Mandalorian will make $1 billion or $2 billion, you should be arrested. You're crazy. You're crazy if you think it's going to make that. Now, but the other side of it is, if it doesn't do well, to say and proclaim Star Wars is dead. It's not the case, because what it's asking you to do is a lot of homework because of the series. Now, the question is going to be, is the audience that is already familiar with Mandalorian and Grogu, are they going to show up at the theater? If they don't, it does not mean that they won't show up for Starfighter. If they don't show up for Starfighter, then reassessments need to be made.
100%.
Whether that is getting rid of this team, getting rid of Filoni, getting rid of anybody who's there, selling it, that is also a possibility, and should potentially be discussed. But right now, Starfighter is the one you got to be looking at, not Mandalorian and Grogu.
You're 100%, dude, because Mandalorian and Grogu is coming from a TV show. And as much as big as it was a sensation and people got them Baby Yoda shirts, it's a whole nother thing to get people to go to the theater and sit down and experience it off of a TV show. Look at Thunderbolts. I mean, that's as good of a film as you're going to make. And a lot of those characters from TV shows are smaller parts in other movies. And so, you hope it is a big sensation. I just think they hope they make some kind of profit on Mando and Grogu. There's $1 billion seems insane.
It's definitely gonna make $1 billion. No way. No way it makes $1 billion. But remember, it's the cheapest Star Wars movie ever, because it's a budget for a TV show. It's like $120 million, whatever it is, or 140 or whatever it might be. It's one of the cheapest Star Wars movies ever. So they just need to make like $400 million on it or something like that. They'll do that. I think they'll do that. So we'll see. Anyway, what do you guys make of all of it? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. What are your thoughts on all the Star Wars stuff that's happening now? Man, like I said, we didn't even get to everything. We didn't even get to Miami Vice today, which because we just got too many. We got too much to do. We had too many stories. We're already at 37 questions, John. To start out the day. So before we even get to it, what's going on the channel?
Oh yeah, that's right. The new John Roca channel. We are officially up and running, and I've got a live show tonight. Going to do the truth a little bit later on. No hot mic show tonight because Jeff is in Boston, so he won't be back till next week, or sort of later this week rather. And so we're going to wait to do a show until then. But yeah, I'll do a show tonight. Spill the Tequila tomorrow night. Geek Buddy stuff coming up this week as well. And as I said, we're back with a hot mic a little bit later on in the week. And then some reviews and reactions I will have tonight. I will do my live spoiler review as part of the live show for One Battle After Another, which I'm going to see again after this show is done, because I want to have a fresh idea on it. But yeah, come and hang out there. YouTube.com/John Roca Says. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Just got word. I know I always jinx myself when this happens, but we might potentially get Famke Jensen for an interview.
Hey, nice.
I'd like to. There was someone, I was a big fan of her, so curious to see if that will happen. All right, John, we got 39 questions already. Pretty damn good. As we're just starting, Blake Gilbert, One Battle After Another has surpassed There Will Be Blood for me. Seriously, that is how much I love this movie. It'll be my top 10. And think so. Dude, I had a moron. Oh my God, a moron come in, and this guy's like, ever since Kristian said he didn't like There Will Be Blood, I can't take his review seriously. I said, well, your head is losing yourself, because there's no world where I ever said that.
Yeah.
You said it once. I was like, where? Show me the link. No link. And I was like, it's like, what are you talking about? Right. It's one of the one of his best movies and one of the greatest performances of Daniel Day-Lewis. I was like, I hate people sometimes. I really do. I really do.
Well,
sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes. Blake also says, also Chase Infinity is very pretty, not just pretty in the traditional sense, more like a gut punch. Like, damn, that is a beautiful woman. She's a very pretty girl. And I thought she was wonderful in the role.
It's a star-making turn. I think if I'm Marvel or DC, and I know, or Star Wars even, I am looking at her immediately. I mean, I know you could get into trouble because people are so crazy about race swapping, but I think she'd be an excellent rogue. I could see her as a Jean Grey. So she has got that kind of talent and screen presence.
She's really good.
Movie. Yeah.
Blake Gilbert again. Thank you, Blake. Apparently, Chase Infinity, when living in Chicago, was a kickboxing instructor. Beauty, serious acting chops, and a bit of badass. She got it all. I wonder if that's why they put the martial arts part of it in the movie.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, because they have that scene with her in the bag, a heavy bag.
Did you see an old interview with PTA? I don't know how old it was, but they was talking about like screenwriting, and he said that when he went into film he was rubbed wrong in film school because he said he walked into a screenwriting class and the teacher said, if you're here to make Terminator 2, then you should take your books and pack up or leave, whatever it said. And he said, why? He's like, why would you say that? He's like, what if there's some kid's dream is to write Terminator 2? He's like, you can start at the really artsy stuff. And he's like, why not just start at like Terminator 2 and lead to artsy stuff and those things too? And like, who's to say that's wrong if that's what you want, if that's what you're passionate about? I love this.
This might surprise people, but there's a lot of arrogant, conceited people in the world of filmdom teaching film. But that's also a way to kind of weed out the people who really want to dedicate themselves to being in the business, because the business is a rough business. You got to know what you really want to do, and there are always reasons to leave.
Right. I've met a million people like that where they're it's like, John Darius, happy Monday, everyone. Wanted to know if you two are fans of Highlander. Pump for Stileski's Vision, phenomenal cast as well. You think the delay might have some cast leave, or will they be okay? Drew McIntyre is going to be this. Did you hear this?
Yeah,
that's great. He's perfect for that.
Scottish warrior. Oh, now you're a Drew McIntyre fan. Listen to you.
I thought that Drew McIntyre had talent. I just never thought he was that major star that Aaron thought he was going to be. He was like, he's like the guy that's going to lead the company. I was like, no, he's not. I think he's much better as a heel.
I agree.
I always liked that once he went heel, I thought he was great as a heel. I don't think he's the lead guy in the company, but I think he's a very strong character for sure.
Yeah, him in the Punk program was one of the best programs.
Is it? Oh yeah. The two of them. That was great.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think any of the cast. I don't think they do a delay without making sure the cast can stay on.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. It's probably a smaller shoot too. Mark Long. Hello. Great recent Geek Buddies episode, John. When is the next Jedi Way? Thanks. Happy Monday.
Yeah, I'll have to talk about that with Laura and Kevin. Maybe we'll figure out something this week. It's been a couple weeks, so we'll figure it out for sure. Thanks for asking, though.
A lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Renetta W. Bad Bunny doing the whole 2026 halftime show. I do not speak Spanish, and I absolutely hope Bad Bunny does not speak a lick of English. I can't wait. I loved him. Does he not sing in English?
Of course he does. He sings English, Spanish. But of course, football fans lost their effing minds because that's what we do. That's what some of them do nowadays. Like, what? We can't have a Latino be the halftime show. This is the new country now. Damn it. All white is so nonsense. Just nonsense. Let people be. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. Just shut the hell up and enjoy the show.
I would understand why they would get him. Plus he's a really good actor too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
What was he just
and a wrestler? Yeah, he's hilarious on SNL. Remember his SNL sketch were hilarious.
Was he just in something recently where he was in Caught Stealing.
Oh yes, right.
He was good in Caught Stealing. Yeah, he was good in that. That movie, no one's talking about that movie, by the way. No, nobody's talking about that movie. Renata W. What's your on in the background TV show? I don't really do that because I have such a bad thing. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. Probably creators will probably be happy to hear this. I can't have something on. I can't tell you how many times I've been in trouble with whether it's my wife or anybody else when something's on TV. And are you listening to me? No, I'm watching the thing that's on television right now. Well, why aren't you listening to me? Because otherwise I'd miss what's going on television. I'll pause it.
Yeah, mine is probably Law and Order. Now that Pluto TV has a Law and Order channel, I just leave it on there if I'm doing stuff around the house. I love it.
That makes sense. People love that show.
Yeah.
Enrique Inaratu. Roca, my Latino brother, Sean Penn should win the Oscar for One Battle. What a haunting performance. His walk and talk remind me of Vince McMahon.
Oh, yeah. 100% Christian. Come on.
Yeah. He had that thing.
I would not be surprised if he modeled it after. Would not be surprised.
I'm not ready to say anybody should win.
Right.
Because I haven't seen everything.
Yes.
I haven't seen everything. I got to say, I mean, I haven't even seen, it's probably best actor, but I mean, the Daniel Day-Lewis movie, he's probably,
right.
He's going to be in the running again. He always is. Yeah. What a story. He's been retired for however many years, and he comes back, and it's like the old, old tennis pro who hasn't played in forever, comes back and just beats the piss out of everybody again.
I just love when he said over the weekend, he said, I should have never retired. What a stupid thing. And I'm like, yeah.
Did he say that?
Yes. And I'm glad he said it. I'm glad he admitted it. And I hope now we open the door to all kinds of, because I mean, him and Oppenheimer, bro, that would have taken that movie even to another.
Was he supposed to be in that?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, he would. Yeah.
No, they would have tried to get that.
Well, I don't ever think there's some things like, again, an athlete, when an athlete says I'm retired, okay. I mean, and even an athlete can come back.
Sure.
But an athlete's retiring because their body's breaking down and they can't do. An actor doesn't ever have to announce that they're retired unless you get to a place, God forbid, terminally ill, something is happening where you can't do it anymore. Yeah. Then you go, I'm just retired. I can't do anything. I'm stepping back from this. I am not doing it anymore because health. I want to, like Rick Moranis. I'm retiring, taking care of his wife at the time. Like I get it. But like, I'm retiring from acting after my Tarantino, after I do my next 3 movies, I'm retiring. Don't say that, because you can come back at any time.
And people change.
Yes.
People 5 years later, you're like, oh, wow, I missed it. Like
taking a break, taking a break. Everybody can take a break. Taking a break.
I agree.
So yeah, that to me, like the actors and directors retiring, unless, like Mel Brooks could have said I'm retiring, and he's not. He has never said he's retiring.
No.
That's 150 years old. He's never. Yeah. I know he's not directing Spaceballs 2, but still.
Yeah.
Cowboys fan 92. Hot take: everyone talking shit about Bad Bunny getting to do the upcoming halftime show. Actually, I should do it the way that it's written. Right? Hot take: everyone talking shit about Bad Bunny getting to do the upcoming halftime show. I haven't known songs, get ready, no shut up, just like music.
Yeah. It's all the old fogies too, because all the younger generations know Bad Bunny, and the NFL knows we need to cater to them in order to maintain our status and our product. Them bringing in Taylor Swift, that's no accident. Them bending over backwards to make sure she's the focus of it. That's them playing to the younger audience, because I hate to break it to you old people, you don't matter to them as much as younger generations do, because you're going to die off soon, and the younger generations are going to stay fans for generations, just like you did. So, yeah.
Carlton Rudder, London Calling. What's up, Carlton? Not a huge PTA guy, but I loved One Battle. Good. DiCaprio was hilarious. He was. And Penn was a stone cold psycho. Yeah. Chase Infinity is the movie's MVP. She really stole a lot of scenes, man. She really did. She really did.
To her performance.
Yeah. I thought she was. Yeah. That movie is super solid. I'm looking forward to watching it again. Especially at the comfort of my own home next time. Blake Gilbert watched Superman again on Blu-ray. It's still great. My number 1 on my top 10. I'm a Batman fan, but this movie hit. Hey, I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah.
Glad you liked it. Go, pal. Support. Thank you, pal. Julius Wyatt. I think Johnny Greenwood wins his first Oscar for his score for One Battle. I think it's the most underrated part of the movie. I love the movie. Again, I'm not ready to call anybody the winner yet. I got to see all the other movies and see what everything else that's been nominated. But I think he'll be nominated. Winning, I don't know. It's hard to say. You gotta see. Look, this movie just caught that hype push, and it caught it when there's other movies that are going to catch the hype push. It happens every Oscar season. Like you think of The Brutalist. Brutalist was like one of those movies.
Oh yeah,
it just caught that hype push and didn't and out of nowhere, it's like whoosh, everyone was talking about one movie and this. So we got to wait. One Battle is the first hype push.
Yeah, I think it's the odds-on favorite right now.
Right. And
I wouldn't say it's underrated, because everyone's talking about it, Julius, in all the conversations and the posts and the reviews.
The score.
So I don't think it's underrated. I think that score is properly rated by everybody who's seen the movie.
Go, pal. Only thing I know about Strangers is Madeline Petch is super hot, and I think it's a horror movie, so I haven't seen either. The first movie is it's the one movie I remember when I saw that in the theater, I just sat during the credits and couldn't move.
Is that the Lily? What's
Tyler?
Liv Tyler, right? Yeah.
It's fairly terrifying.
I'm not good at home invasion movies. I don't like those movies, man. It's not
so the even creepier part about it was, so I remember when I was working I was still visiting Silver quite often, and Naveed was still there, and Naveed got an early cut of that movie.
Oh,
and the first one, and they actually in the early cut, because in the actual movie you never see their faces. Well, it's always in the early cut of this movie you see their faces, and I think it's so much stronger to not have it. Enrique, I read a rumor that the studio wanted Pedro Pascal for one battle for Benicio's role, and PTA said no, I'll take Latino Benicio over Latino Pedro. I don't know if he said it like that, but I think if that was the case in general, that he decided to take Benicio over Pedro, I think it was the right call. Pedro Pascal's got to, look, he's great. He's got to step back a little bit. Like anyone, and I said the same thing about Jennifer Lawrence. I said the same thing. You got to step back because now people are making videos about how you're in everything, and people are getting sick of you. You don't need that. That's not good PR.
Right. Well, I mean, you can't, estimate when these films are coming out. You can't predict when these films go. It just happened to work out that way that all these films come out at the same time. But I hear you. But I think the question is framed a little incorrectly. It wasn't that they didn't want, that PTA didn't want Pedro. It's that they really wanted Benicio, and they waited months for Benicio because he was doing the other film. And so they just felt he was better for the role and what they wanted to do. There's nothing wrong with that. It isn't a rejection of Pedro.
Right. Cowboys fan 92. Also great podcast. The podcast I've been stressing for you too on purpose with Jay Sheen. That from Emma's watch really good.
Oh yeah, it was good. I watched that. Emma being really open about her experiences in life and dating and being an actress. Yeah.
I didn't realize she had retired.
Yeah.
Retired again. Retired. Taking a break. I didn't realize she took a break.
Because she realized, she's like, the great answer she said was, I thought I was so spoiled by Harry Potter that I thought every film set I was going to be on, it was going to be a family atmosphere and I was going to be friends with these people for life. And it was a brutal truth that is not the way it is. And so I think it was a really honest answer from her.
Yeah, when you grow up on set.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And you're being coddled and everyone loves you and you're the star.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Dingus McNally. Sean Penn would make a great Two-Face. If you've seen one battle, he absolutely would. But they got to go a different route, though. They can't go the Nolan route for the next Two-Face. They just can't.
Yeah.
They can't. They did that already.
Yeah. Like if you were ever to do an older Batman and Sean Penn, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Tim, go ahead.
What was the funniest moment seen in One Battle After Another? I think with the chase with when they're trying to get Leonardo out of the studio and the roof thing. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's a funny movie.
When he hits the ground when the police are going by, that is genius. But it's
hilarious.
For me, it was obviously the Benicio DUI scene. I lost my shit because those are my uncles. Those are my uncles. Those are my uncles, man.
Crash Cody. Breaking news: EA is going private. $55 billion deal. Damn.
Wow. I'll have to explore that.
Yeah, take a look at that one for sure. I'd like to hear more details on that. Johnny, I really hope you don't stop at season 1. Talking about Demon Slayer. Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, I hear myself saying I like having weekend content, but it's just it's a bummer because we're putting in editing costs and I gotta pay Winston to be there. So it's like, but people also said that maybe some episodes will perform better than others. I'm willing to try it out because I like watching the show. So there you go. Trey Porter found out yesterday that Chase Infinity's name comes from Nicole Kidman's character in Batman Forever and the Buzz Lightyear quote from Toy Story. Is that true?
Oh, wow. Chase Meridian? Oh yeah.
Wow. Why not? Talking about movie fans, her parents. That's
we're
cool.
We're old enough for that to be true.
Johnny, John, what was Mo Salah trying to do, man?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't either.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Anyway. All right.
Sorry. Tim Sim, I can't stay long. What's up, Tim? As I'm busy and will watch the show recording later, want to say that I hope everyone's doing well. I pray to the baseball gods for no Yankees-Dodgers rematch in the World Series.
Suck it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, it's just I was watching those freaking Rays. They really blew it. The Rays. The Yanks could have had that spot, but because the Blue Jays beat them more in the series, I mean, they ended tied for the regular season. The Yanks got the Red Sox at home, the whole thing. So hopefully they can take them out. But I mean, look, it's baseball. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen with the Red Sox, man. So I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see. The Donovan Trump announced 100% tariffs on all movies made outside of the U.S. What the F? Are you guys thoughts. Sorry to get political. Roca, let it rip.
No, it's
I
not
mean,
that.
look, one of the things that I would like to see, I'll tell you that, it's like this is another thing that we've talked about. We don't have to get into the whole thing. Is that I still think very similar to what we were talking about with like Star Wars. There are times if you don't believe in any political person, this is a problem that we have. I remember back in the day, this was way more of a thing that people would do. I don't agree with a lot of what they're saying, but that particular thing, hey, you know what? I don't mind it. And then, but now it's like, well, no, that's not what our team is supposed to say. Our team's supposed to say whatever this person says is right, and that our team's supposed to say whatever this person says is wrong. My tariffs on all movies outside of the U.S. I mean, tariffs in general always make me, but I feel like we need a plan to get movies shot back here again. And you got to do a thing though. If you're going to do that and you're going to put tariffs on things, you've got to also find ways to cut the costs and not make. I mean, nobody shoots in Los Angeles anymore because it's too expensive. Yep. You got to find ways to balance that. Fine, you're going to tax people or have tariffs for people outside shooting movies outside. What's our benefits from shooting here? Yeah. If you give us benefits from shooting it, then that makes sense. So I like the idea if you can give us benefits here and make more people. But the question is, how do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, this is a much more complex answer. Can go deep in the word, but I will say I'll only push back on you on one thing. Is I agree with you. I think in the past we used to be able to sit down and have conversations because people sat down in good faith and leaders sat down in good faith. That man has no good faith about anything. So sitting down with him or giving him praise for anything he's doing is a waste of time. My thing on the other side of it is I agree with you. The tariffs thing, we need to deal with that and make it better or easier to make these films and keep a lot of productions in the country. I think that's a great idea. I just don't trust them to not have their old ulterior motives and nefarious interests in negotiating something like that. So,
all right, next one after that, Johnny. Geez, I'm hesitant to write this. Thank you for talking about Kirk the other week. I like him or not. What happened was horrible. I know Roka wasn't a fan, but at least he has a heart. Because that's the whole point where we both agreed on.
Yeah.
No matter what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't believe the loss of humanity in people of some of the videos and people that we know, the things that were said on social media. I couldn't believe it. I was like, where's our humanity? I'm like, I'm not talking about you like, yeah, everything that he stood for was the great. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
Right.
Like the humanity of it is like, it was nuts. It was nuts. I couldn't believe it. Even some people here are going, I can't believe that you wouldn't say that this is a thing to cheer from. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I think it was a horrible thing because discourse should never lead political violence.
Never.
I mean, I think he said some pretty horrible stuff, and I think the other side is trying to paint him to be this saint, which he wasn't. With a lot
that's
of
irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
But I'm just saying, both sides are being incorrect. Sorry, both of the extreme sides of these things are painting this incorrectly.
I know, but I'll tell you that. But wait, but
should not have been murdered for his opinions and points of views.
Okay, fair. But I'm saying extreme. But again, even if you're using it for political gain or whatever you're to me, and I think that's wrong,
right?
But that's not as wrong as cheering for someone who was killed, in my opinion.
Okay,
yeah, in my opinion. Aaron Ambrose, Roga's right. Right now, people don't associate your channel with anime. If there's one show to take a risk and continue, it's this. Let fans fight. I'm going to try. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it going for season 1. We'll see how it does. But we'll see. But I also thought that the Transformers 1986 reaction wouldn't do well, and it's doing pretty well. So you never know.
There you go.
I am too fly camp. Spaceball 2 feels too late. Disney put Star Wars in a coma. Look, look, Naked, it's hard because Naked Gun didn't do as well as I wanted it to. It did okay, but I don't know. My fingers are crossed.
Yeah, but I also think I just don't trust, that, because I mean that History of the World Part 2 was horrific. So I'm not really the biggest Josh Gad person. So we'll see how
that too. Was he in that also?
No, yes, I think he was. Yes, I think he was. So, but I mean, we'll see how this one plays out. But there's a lot to make fun of, so they might nail it. It's like the Scary Movie guys. I think they're a little long in the tooth, but they'll try to be funny.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot and see what you can do. All right, next one. Tristan Green, what's up, Tristan? Did you see the botched spot and finish on SmackDown? Rough night for me. It was rough all the way around. I mean, she busted Jade open, but here's the thing. Yes, she should have kicked out. If you're the referee and
you're not supposed to count to 3.
If shoulders are down,
if they leave it, right.
If shoulders are down, you count 3. You answer in the back and you go, what do we do with shoulders down? You never, shoulders are down. You never do. Look, what am I looking at? Shoulders are down. Yeah. You've pulled back the curtain outside of unscripted. You've or whatever they're supposed to call it. You've pulled that back in the middle of a show. You cannot do that. She and to her credit, she came out on Twitter and I'm only human. I make mistakes, and you make a mistake. It happens. But if you're Triple H, you count that 3. Like, and there are other referees in the past that like shoulders are down. I counted 3. What do you want me to do? You got to make this thing look real.
It may just be that they watch from the gorilla position, Kristian, and they have the earpiece. The referee,
they said counter.
Maybe they told her not.
Maybe you're right. You could 100%.
I agree with you in the world.
Well, then it's their fault, and whoever it is, you count the 3. If your shoulders are down,
not going to come out and say, "Well, I told them not to do that."
Yeah. I blame it on Bruce Pritchard. Shelf presence. Rumor is she's a survivor of Luke's Academy.
Oh, Amy, possibly. That could be.
That's cool.
I can see that.
I am Two Fly Cam, another wolf and cub transport story. Star Wars Perk. I am sick of the lone wolf and cub thing. I'm sick of it. But if they can do it again, and it works, like I said, I'm gonna go with benefit of the doubt because I like the team. It's always for me. It's always the team, and I like this team. Right. But yeah, the lone wolf and cub thing is so boring. Simon Section. So it's the Batman versus the Brave and the Bold. I will never say never again. This will happen. If so, I'm betting on Meow Meow 8 of them. A party I missed out in my college years to Tallahassee. Simon, I don't really understand all of that. I understand some of it.
Now this is crashing out.
I love Simon to death. I think Simon likes to put us talking riddles with us sometimes.
Yeah.
He's like, so it's Batman versus Brave and the Bold. I get.
Yes.
I will never say never again. This will happen. If so, I'm betting on Meow Meow 8 of them. Lost.
So never say never again was the James Bond, unofficial not James Bond film that was a James Bond film with Sean Connery from the 80s. So maybe he's referencing that.
So what about I'm betting on Meow Meow 8 of them?
I don't know.
Okay, so you're gone. We're both lost on Meow Meow. Okay. A party I missed out in my college years is what I guess he's talking about. To Tallahassee for film school?
Yeah, I guess film and acting school. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, Rago, rewatch the movie New Mutants. Still is pretty bad. What do you think was the point of them making this movie storyline? I think they were just kind of capitalize on anything X-Men at that point. I never saw it.
They were trying to relaunch the X-Men for the younger. They're essentially trying to do Young Avengers through the X-Men with New Mutants. But by the time that movie came out with all the delays, it was already a lame duck. So yeah.
Casual Scroll. Do you guys think Will Smith should do a Netflix roast? Holds barred comedy special to win back public opinion? No. Nah. He wouldn't be able to handle it.
His instincts are so off right now. Yeah, I agree.
Nah, he wouldn't be able to handle it. People, especially. I mean, you couldn't do that and not invite Chris Rock. I mean, you'd have to.
And you'd have to really lean in on the Jada stuff. And there's no way you will let him do it.
No way. Rohit Raj. This reminds me of Vince running WWE last year when he pushed wrestling fans that didn't like. I can't get behind Ray. Happy for her fans, though. I mean, look, maybe they can win you back over. I mean, I think that it's because those movies were just so shitty that people have a bad run. But did you think she was bad in it, or you just
why do people love Adam Driver more than Ray? There's nothing Adam Driver did that was better than anything Daisy Ridley did as Ray. I thought it was nonsense how much people like fall all over themselves to praise Adam Driver and his emo performance of that character. It's insane to me. I thought they were both equally good, and you can have equal flaws, but they're both equally good.
Yeah, and I hated where they went with him at the end. I hated it. They kept him evil. I love what Trevorrow was going to do with him. I hated what JJ did with him. So stupid.
Yeah.
Aiden Darty. Hey, Kristian, super happy you're enjoying Demon Slayer and you're staying with the dub. Just FYI, if you want to add another series to get anime viewers to your channel, gotta wait. Oh, there it is. The final season. Thank you for that. Here at My Hero Academia is coming out in the next 2 weeks, and I do think you would really like that series. And I would imagine that the following the show has, he'll be actively be looking for reactors. Yeah, I mean, but I'd have to catch up to the rest of it.
Yeah,
thing. I couldn't just pop into it. So we'll see. I mean, if anime becomes our Saturday and Sundays, then maybe that's the case. I don't know yet. We got to we're thinking. We're thinking. Hey, Rago, thoughts of Alien Earth finale? I like the show overall, but I don't like how they ended it, though. I thought it was going to tie more into the Alien movie Now the ship gets put on course for planet. This is the other one. This is another one that it's like there's certain shows that I just like I said, I'm going to finish all the tasks. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'll probably go back to Tulsa King and watch that.
Oh yeah, I got to watch the new one.
Yeah. Alien Earth, like it was, I liked what I was watching, but I completely I just tailed off of it. I didn't go back. I think I'm on like episode 3, and I don't know if I'm going to go back to it. I'm not
It's
sure.
so good, man. Episode 5 is the best episode of the series. And then 6 and 7 are good, but 8 is a little bit of letdown. But that was, I think, because of the COVID restrictions that happened as they were about to finish the shoot. Yeah. So the finale's a little underwhelming, but it is still a damn good show.
Aiden follows up part 3 during the hype of that final season. Just a thought. Have a good morning. Really good thoughts. I've heard a lot of good things about that show. Just a matter if we continue on with it. With anime. Johnny Patrizia, I don't get the theory Gosling is Cade Skywalker. They're not going to do Skywalker stuff.
Yeah,
they're not going to do that.
No way.
Yeah. Okay.
Or that she's Mara Jade, which I think is insane.
Dingus McNally. Love the way Leo says homie one battle after another. It's hilarious. His performance reminds me a lot of the dude from Big Lebowski. 100%. He's got a lot of dude. That whole scene was hilarious. Like, it's such a dad moment.
Yeah.
Such a dad moment. Neeks 2890. Dudes, Wallace Island is one of my favorites of the year. Other small one this year I saw are Twinless, Ojai, and Sacramento. All pretty good. Happy Monday. I really liked Wallace Island a lot. Yeah. Really like that. Yeah. Great movie.
I think that's why I'm excited to get those movies on the Critics' Choice app, so I can see some of the smaller ones like Twinless and stuff like that.
Me too. Nathan Drake. Wednesday season 2 viewers are down 40%, says Netflix. Is this the worst Pugsley we've ever had? It wasn't the kid's fault. I want to make that clear because I said that last time. His storyline was atrocious. It was atrocious, and every time I was like, "Let's go, wrap it up." It wasn't the kid's fault. It was where they went with the storyline and calling that thing Slurp. Every time they called the zombie Slurp, I wanted to bash my head against the television. I didn't mind the series though, as much as I guess other people. It wasn't as good as season 1, but it wasn't as it didn't have that same magic that the first season had.
Maybe, just maybe, don't let your lead actress, who's very young, weigh in on all the scripts and weigh in on all the storylines.
Do that for season 2
and be executive producer. Yes. And I think that's where you have problems. And so I think that's why this didn't come out as well as people were hoping. And, lesson learned. And I think Jenna needs a hit, man, because it's not looking good right now. No offense, it's not looking good.
They'll do season 3 and that'll be the end of it. Rago, can't wait for your and Sam's Interstellar reaction on my top 5 movies ever. That we're shooting it this week. We actually did shoot Insomnia. Insomnia is coming out tomorrow.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, nice. We did it. And you know what's funny? I don't ever think I saw the second half of that movie. I didn't remember it at all when I was watching it. I remember the first half, and I was like, "What did I do? Did I start that movie and never finish it?"
Yeah.
But that was it. Yeah. So, I'm excited for people to check that out. It'll be up on there on tomorrow. Yeah. Space G's. Do you think the 3i Atlas is an alien spacecraft? I don't know what it is. Do you have you been following this 3i Atlas?
No.
Oh my God. Just look it up. So there's a Harvard scientist who thinks like this thing they've been tracking, this 3i Atlas that's been moving at a crazy speed. This Harvard a guy actually interviewed Avi Loeb believes that it's not just a comet or an asteroid or two, that it could be actual NHI, non-human intelligence, that but they're going to track it at the end of October, so we'll know a little bit more about what it is. But no, who knows what it is.
Fuck it. I don't know. Why not? Everything else is going crazy. Why not?
Right. I don't know what it is. Sherlock 277. Did you two listen to Emma Watson on the Jay Shedden podcast? Rogan, this is where she says she still loves JK despite her views. Really like what Watson had to say regarding this. Quite refreshing. Yeah, but apparently they're going back and forth, and J.K. Rowling had some comment about it afterwards too. And of course, so I don't pay attention to that stuff.
J.K. needs the controversy. That's the problem with some people, is that they can be controversial, but they can't seem to come to the table. And if you can't come to the table, then don't waste my time.
Well, social media is the farts too. It's the absolute fart. C Black, media should stop covering every tweet and interview that Gunn does. It's becoming annoyingly act like Feige. I mean, you get information. Look, it's if you're getting information from the source, I still don't understand why, if you're trying to build up, if you're this, one of the main guys in DC, like I mentioned, that you got that DC, I think they still have the show with Coy and all them. It's like,
oh, maybe. Yeah.
If I'm James Gunn, I'm going, hey, somebody tweeted something out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to address all these tweets. I'm going to address them. We're going to make a video today. We're going to make a video, and we're going to do, whether it's Coy or any other host, and they ask him, okay, these things were addressed. Yeah. And then he addresses it there. You get a whole bunch of hits on your channel. You can probably make a little money on it. You get more people who are pushing it. You get more notice for that show in general. And break news on that show, you can do that. I don't understand what you're doing on your own social media platform. It's not necessary.
Because he doesn't control the show. I keep telling you, it's about his ego.
Yes, he does. He doesn't control that show. The DC show.
DC controls that show. WB controls that.
But he's DC.
Yeah, and he's not. Peter Safran's DC. Zazov is DC. Like,
he's DC also.
He is in charge, but he's not the end all be all, right? And they
creatively he is. I don't know.
Yeah, creatively, yes.
Steve, what teaser trailer comes out by end of the year? Fly Eagle, stop this. What teaser trailer comes out by the end of the year? Like a big one? You mean like the big summer ones?
Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man probably. Yeah. Johnny, I was talking about the handball by Mo Salah.
But it wasn't a handball. So again, Johnny, what are you talking about? He never touched that ball. He was being yanked down. You see the replay. He never touched it.
So, yeah. Julius Wyatt. I guess I'm on the wrong side of post conversation, but I'm happy to hear that people are praising the score. UJ Dogs will never beat Bama, I guess. I'm just so upset about Florida State.
Dude.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Yeah. Trey Porter, I know. Trey Porter, Oba is my number 2 movie of the year behind Sinners. I never saw it. Oh, this Oba. I'm like, what movie is that? For a second, what's Oba?
LOL.
Oba. I need to see Oba. Yes, it's a great movie. It's fighting Sinners for my number 1 spot. I'm gonna have to do. This is one of the more exciting years in quite a while for me. I'm already trying to figure out, like, where does Sinners hit? Where does Weapons hit? Where does Oba hit? Where do all these movies hit that I love? I don't know where they land.
Yeah, I think Sinners is still my number 1. Oba's 2, and then Warfare is 3, which just came out on HBO Max. Highly recommend Warfare. Right now, that's the 3, but there's more stuff coming.
54. John, can we get to let's get to 80. Do 80. You got Roxy Roxy tomorrow.
Oh,
Roxy's always tough. Yeah. Kate Bond D, what's better for you? A fancy breakfast. I like breakfast. Great lunch buffet or expensive dinner while you don't have to pay? Well, probably the dinner, because John's gonna owe me 2 of them.
Jesus.
You do. You owe me 2.
It's the statute of limitations.
Nope. Steaks. Yummy. So I would say the expensive dinner that John, because you know what? I'm also going to be looking forward to having a glass of wine with John and shooting.
There you go.
When was the last time we had I don't even think we sat down for dinner in
years.
Yeah. That'd be good. How about yourself?
We'll have an impromptu schmodown. Expensive dinner. Obviously, I don't have to pay, which is what happened over the weekend. Went to a nice Italian restaurant in Lindley, and Lindley's sister paid for the entire meal. It was very kind.
Very nice. Simon Section, Octopussy was the other James Bond film that was more successful. If I was at that party, I would be a wallflower tugging in my own leaf. That's fair. All right, Simon. Now it makes a little bit more sense. Thank you.
Right. That came out the same year.
Yes.
Never Say Never Again.
56 thus far as we are approaching the end of the show here. Johnny Patriza, Roca, if you could green light any wrestling biopic, what would it be? But Randy Savage, right?
Randy Savage. Not even a question.
But they're doing it. Did you see that? Yeah, there was a report last week that who was it? It was Keenan from Saturday Night Live is
Kenan Thompson.
Yes, he's like a big wrestling guy. He's a big Savage guy. He's not going to be in it. He's producing it.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people would have put their head down when they heard Seth Rogen was producing anything too. He produces some quality shit.
That's a fair point. Or Jordan Peele doing Get Out.
Okay. Yeah. So like, I
just love Randy.
I love Randy. That would be the one for me. Like a non-involved Vince McMahon doing like pulling no punches Vince McMahon story would be crazy.
Yeah. Because
the Randy one is tricky, right? You've got to get somebody that's not doing an impression of Randy, and it's hard not to with his voice. And you got to get someone to play Hogan. Like you've got to get the type of actors. Which one?
Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth. But Miss Elizabeth's not as, you can cast Miss Elizabeth. Like you got to cast Hogan. you got to cast like all these people, you got to cast all these wrestlers because you can do it one of two ways. You can cast in the way that you did mostly in the Iron Claw, where they botched the Ric Flair. Harley Race, great. Ric Flair, terrible. Yeah. Or you can also start. I mean, a lot of the wrestlers that they cast in like Young Rock, terrible.
Yeah. Oof.
Terrible. It's like cartoons. Like
I stopped watching the show. I was like, this is horrific.
It was terrible, like cartoons. So you got to really nail it and not just cartoon versions of it.
I guess Ric Flair is the other choice. Not involved Ric Flair.
Yeah, not involved. You know what? I wouldn't mind having an involved Ric Flair. Ric Flair does not seem like the kind of person, and from all of his interviews and everything he talks about, that he's going to be like, well, you know what? Don't put that in there.
He went crazy about the Dark Side of the Ring 2 years ago, showcasing the plane ride where he exposed his penis allegedly to a stewardess. He was like, "This is all a lie. I've never do that." It's like, come on.
All right. Unheard Sirens Incorporated. Remy. Lucasfilm should make a biopic about the making of A New Hope, starring Dave Baruchel as George Lucas. Someone else should make it, not Lucasfilm.
Right.
Because again, same reason we're talking about this. It's like because you're not gonna really show everything that went down.
Nothing like George Lucas.
Yeah. Matthew Garrett, one proud after another and loses all its money. Come on, Matthew, give me a break.
I'm jealous. I don't make films. I'm jealous. I don't make films. I'm gonna criticize it.
Or bought a laser disc player at a garage sale. That's amazing. Some older movies are great watching them in their OG format instead of remaster, which can be worse. I remember my late friend Brian had he was one of the first people ever that had a laser disc player. It was like the first DVD. It was the best.
Yeah. If you don't get Blade Runner on Laserdisc, you're missing out. That was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, is seeing that on Laserdisc. Old friend of mine from Florida State, Rain's car. Okay. He had a Laserdisc when I first got to Florida State back in '97.
Crazy.
And I watched that movie at his apartment. It was amazing.
Joyous Romer, may the force be with you guys. Hey, Ella, what's your hot take on Maul Shadow Lord?
I don't know if I have a hot take. I think it looks great. That's the animated one, right?
The Sam Witwer producer, which that's what gives me hope. He's producing it, but I'm so bored with that era of animation. It's like, let's get out of there, do something else. It's like Filoni just loves living in that same tired, let's do the same stories and characters again. Clone Troopers, Maul. It's like, let's go find something else out. But it's because of Witwer that I'm like, okay, Witwer really has a grasp on these characters. Witwer's the reason I'm excited about it.
Come for the Outlaws hot take and get the Harloff.
No, it's true. You get a hot take from Outlaw here. You can't ask how about the movie when it wages war on our worldview. It's a trash movie that was cooked in the middle of the woke nonsense. But Matthew Garrett, you could watch Matthew. I've known you well enough now from these comments.
Yeah,
you would say everything that comes out from Toy Story, if that comes out, to a Skittles commercial as well. You're on the front lines of that. You overexpose that thing.
He is a Fox News indoctrinated kid.
But it's
my opinion. I'm not your opinion.
And most of America, which the bulk of box office comes in, doesn't care about the Academy Award. They're just burning money at this point. No, you don't understand how the business works for them as far as
he knows 10 people. And he's like, most of America, 10 people, Matthew, if that many people. So what are you talking about?
But the Academy, I know
most of America do you know?
I share his sentiment about the average everyday person. They don't care about the Oscars anymore. It's true. I mean, I share that. I that side of it, what he's saying there is true. That's why the ratings are always down. There's also a lot more on TV now. None of the people like Sam, Chris, a lot of my friends who they're like, no, are you watching the Oscars? No, I'm watching Oscars. Nobody watches the Oscars anymore. Outside of our thing, and some other people are just tuning in for outfits and things too. But it doesn't mean that it's not important for their business,
right?
Their industry. It is very important for. It is very important for bonuses, jobs, other things, clout. So you're wrong and right at the same time. Johnny, Trizza, do you think Roddy Piper is popular enough to get a biopic and do all the box? His story is
100%.
His story would be great. I would love. I'm kind of mad at myself. As much as I loved Randy and he's my favorite wrestler, Roddy was my friend. And Roddy had a great story. I used to love see, I used to co-host Roddy Piper's show with him a couple times. My friend Steve was out. He was always just call me to co-host with. It was one of the coolest phone calls I ever got. So Roddy wanted to know if you wanted to co-host while I was out of town, and I'm like, wow. Yeah. And like we had the same conversation on the air like 4 different times, which was my favorite thing ever, because he was like he would talk about his boxing match with Mr. T at WrestleMania 2. Oh, yeah. And I would tell him, I'd be like, Roddy, I was there in the crowd. And he would every time John did the same thing. He goes, wait a minute, you were there? I was like, yeah, Roddy, I was there. I told you last week, man. I was there. And he's like, yeah, I got hit in the head a couple times. Roddy was the best. Roddy was so nice to me, and so I loved him. I loved him, and I was very upset when he passed away. And his kids agree. I mean, you talk about that guy lived for his family. Yeah. It was all about his family, man. His kids and his wife. I mean, he was. Yeah, I loved Roddy. Rago, Demon Affleck trailer on Netflix looked pretty good. They showed that trailer hit not too long ago, right?
Yeah. Rip. It looks good.
Okay, I'm curious about that. All right. Right now, that was it. 61. I think a lot of great questions, though.
Yeah,
a lot of great questions. So, all right, let me know, John. Again, if maybe someone throws another one in, maybe not. But either way, what are you doing? What's coming on this week?
Yeah, tonight going live, probably 5 or 6. I'll announce it. But going to see One Battle After Another again, so I can have a live spoiler review, but also talk about a bunch of including the AI actress. A lot of people talking about, talk about that. Get into that tonight. Talk a little bit more of the Hollywood stories. Have my thoughts on James Gunn stuff as well, and then we'll have Spill the Tequila tomorrow night, and we'll get into Geek Buddies later on this week and Hot Mic as well. So all that stuff happening there, plus reviews, reactions. We're going to see Smashing Machine tomorrow night, so I will have an out of theater reaction for that movie as well. So
I think you're gonna like it.
I hope so, man. I want to cheer.
You'll like it. Go pal. FYI, The Strangers is also a new movie. What do you mean?
Yeah, Strangers 2. He means
Strangers 2. Yeah, we talked about it. The AI actress is interesting. It's something that we knew was coming, and it's also going to it's gonna happen a lot more. And once they have this AI actress now, then I always use Bruce Willis as the example. Eventually, whether it's 2 years from now or 20 years from now, they're going to say, hey, we want to make a new Die Hard movie with a 35-year-old Bruce Willis, and they're going to do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I mean, they're already making dude. You're watching these YouTube videos now with Luke Skywalker interacting with a young Luke Skywalker interacting with all these after the Jedi stories, and they're great. And they're in the early Atari stages of AI.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. He said, I think it's a different series. Strangers 2 is a different series. It's not the same.
I don't know, dude. I'm not.
Are you sure? I don't know. Anyway, all right. Well, that's it, John. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we'll see you next week for sure. Thanks to John. And that's it. Part 1 came out a few months ago. Okay. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're right. I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. I'll have some more information when you guys with the pilot coming up soon. I'll be back here tomorrow with Rocks. Wednesday, I will be back. Thursday, we got Steph and Mike on Thursday, and then Friday is going to be Capes and Cows. We got a lot of great reactions coming up on the channel. Tron 1 is on there now. Tomorrow will be Insomnia. I think on Wednesday, we're going to have, I don't know what we're going to record yet on Wednesday, or we're going to have on Wednesday yet. Not sure yet. I might even have a Demon Slayer come out on Wednesday, see how it does see how it comes out on a weekday, give it a shot. But then Thursday, we're going to be, Tron 2 is going to be up on the channel. We've got John Wick 3 coming with I think that might be coming out on Wednesday, actually, with me and Tina. So a lot of stuff, and then a ton of out of the theater reactions and other things. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And we'll see you on the flip side, guys. Really appreciate it. You guys rule. Bye.